All right. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. It's another week of trading. Now, I think you all saw what happened on Friday after probably our session, and before we closed, I shaded some areas for us to consider for this week. And so far, on that same day, it actually came to that one, which is the volume imbalance. And when the market opened, price rejected from there, we actually gapped up. So I think the message is clear. We are still aiming for the 100.24 level. So this was just a pullback, and we're going to continue going higher. On the lower time frame, this is how it looks like. This was just a pullback, and you're going to expect price to continue going higher. So nothing has really changed in terms of what I'm expecting. The next upside objective, as I did mention last time, was 99.94. 99.94, and then the 100.25 level. Okay, so we are still on course on what price is trying to do. Once we lose this up candle here, let me mark that one. Let's get rid of this. Oops. Once we lose this up candle, a selling opportunity will come on the euro and then on the British pound. So keep an eye on the dollar index, maybe between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. today. If you lose that, we're going to expect a quick move to this level. Now, I don't see price coming down, because on the daily time frame, we have areas of accumulation, and this down candle is likely going to be something like that, which is an area of accumulation. So price is likely gonna go up and make a new high. Preferably today goes up and close above Friday's high. That would be the best. Okay, so I'm expecting dollar index to continue going up and euro to go down. And last week I also gave this as also a potential trade, that if you were to pull back, you want to sell, leave your stop loss up there, and then use this as your target. So Friday, if you were able to sell, great. He also even gave an entry this morning after the London session. This 4-hour candle closed. This was also a nice entry with a stop loss above that to continue going down. So we are expecting a continuation to the downside. British pound, same thing, I gave that as well. And currently, as it stands, we do have a potential trade as well to go down. The only problem with British pound is that we have this down candle with a fair value gap, and we've just taken out this low. So maybe British pound might take out this high first before going down, which is Friday's high. It might take it out first before going down, or if possible, focus on euro. Okay, focus on euro because it's the weakest pair as it stands, and the reason being euro pound has decided not to continue going up. That it doesn't change my expectation, okay, that we are going to go up here. That expectation is still there. We rejected this order block, so this move to the downside, it's the beginning of the week, so I think it's gonna come to where I did mark the last time, which is this 1 hour fair value gap right here. So if you want to, you can place a buy limit here because we've just started a week and we open and we're going down. So somewhere in here, if you want to buy, and then expect price to reject and go back up again. $0.86671. That's the level. Okay, so with that, maybe when price hits that level on the euro pound, then you can come onto the British pound to look for a selling idea, because from that moment price will likely give an impression that it wants to go. If we hit this level and start going up, this will give an impression it wants to go down. Okay, so yeah, that will be the best case scenario for the selling opportunity on the British pound. Okay, so moving on, gold. Gold is also still bullish. I think I made mention last week that anytime a drop happens, don't see it as a sell, but rather as a buy. So this drop here was not a sell, but rather a buy, and it actually went into the fair value gap. So Friday, when everything was dropping, this one was coming back up again. So I bought, I think I bought on the H4. Yeah, let me see where I bought. Yes, I bought here. So we had a run below the low, rejected, went up, and then pulled back. Inside this fair value gap, that is where I bought. Now the 4001 level is still the target. Okay, let me draw that one over here. Okay, 4001 level is still the target, and then from there we'll be expecting 4001.5. There. Okay, so whatever happens, do not look for a sell to happen. Okay, as I mentioned, when the market is going up, yours is not to look for a sell, but rather look for a continuation to the upside. So instead of focusing on the drop that happens, anytime it drops, look to buy it back up again. Okay, so gold is still bullish. Look for continuation to the upside. I've managed to get an entry where as it stands, probably I might keep hold on it for some time, unless price shows me a great pullback on the higher time frame. These lower time frame drops are nothing. Okay, so do not be fooled by any drop. Look for continuation to the upside, and I've just given you the upside objectives. Imagine if you bought here when we were looking for 4,000 and then 4,001, and you still held on to it, right? Okay, so with the down candle here, and now we are back above it. From the weekly perspective, from the weekly perspective, this is crazy bullish. Okay, so do not look for sales. That's my piece of advice. Do not look for sales right now. Crude oil, we eventually took out that low beautifully, and I think we will continue going lower. There's nothing in here to stop price, so we'll continue going lower. Let me see where maybe a pause might happen. Okay, so that is why price paused here, but I think it's too bearish. This equal low is going to be gone this week. You're looking for a selling opportunity to continue going down. Today being Monday, we could probably just continue dropping and take out this. $55.11. Prices of petrol and diesel should be cheap. If price is true, it should be decreasing, not increasing. So wherever you are, if prices of diesel and crude oil, diesel and petrol is increasing, there's a problem somewhere, because it's cheaper. So I don't know why price will be expensive. Okay, so expect lower prices. Yes, now this is nice to see. All right, because it was just a matter of time. From the weekly perspective, nothing has really changed. It's just a pullback. So we've just pulled back to a fair value gap, and then as you see, the market opened and we already gapped up already. This is the seasonal move, so I don't think this is going to continue going down. It will continue going higher. So buying the ES will be the way to go. I don't think it's a sell, right? Nothing has really changed. From the monthly perspective, this thing is still bullish. Okay, so we've just dipped into a gap to form the low of the month. First week of October, we dropped down into a fair value gap to form the low of the month, and then for the rest of the month we will continue going up and probably way beyond this. Okay, so ES is still bullish. This is just a pullback. Now the question is, where do you buy? My response is wait for the New York session to print a fair value gap. Okay, wait for New York session to print a fair value gap, then you can look for the buy. Or if you want to buy, I think your best stop loss would be below the volume imbalance, this one here. So your stop loss can be below, and then you look for the continuation to the upside. If you want to be protected, that's where you can be protected. If not, wait for them to go above the down candles here. Since we have a low and you go, then you'll be protected here. Okay, so it's either here or wait, and then you protect yourself here and expect a continuation to the upside. So that is that for the ES. Now let's move on to the cryptocurrencies, where crazy things happened over the weekend. I wasn't expecting it, but it is what it is. Now Bitcoin did drop, as we mentioned the last time. If we do not go up from here, then it's gonna come to OTE and then go up, but it rather went and swept the lows. So this was a run on stops. It wasn't a reversal. It was actually a run to stop out anyone that is bullish, and then reject and go back up again. And it happens, okay? Every now and then that will happen. When that happens, it's even better. If you're a newbie, it might sound as if that's crazy, but in a bullish market, it's whenever we run stops, the move that unfolds after is much stronger than when it doesn't run stops. Okay, so whenever stops are run, or when swing lows or swing highs are taken on a high time frame basis in an existing trend. So in an existing trend, when a swing low or a swing high is taken, the movement after that is stronger than a normal trend. Therefore, in a movement to the upside or to the downside, it's always good to see that sometimes it goes against what you are doing, or sometimes you get stopped out. But when you get stopped out and you know that it's a stop run, then you go back in, because the movement after that is going to be much stronger than like for example this move here. Okay, it's not strong. This move here is strong because they took out a swing low before going up. This is not strong. So this run on stops here with the rejection will bring some volatility, or it brings some liquidity into the market to now make its way back up again. So Bitcoin is still bullish. It has not changed direction. Ethereum, same thing. this was all a run-on stop. You can see that the weekly fair value gap is still being respected. They did not close below it, right? That is a sign of a run-on stop. So Ethereum is still bullish. We are still going up. Nothing has really changed. Solana, same thing. It was just a run-on stops. I think you can see that over here. It was a run on that low, and then they've rejected. From a monthly perspective, you see that was a run on stops on the previous month low, and we are rejecting so far. So buying will be good today because we have a swing low formed. So we are going to 50%, then rebalancing, then we break the up candle, then we resume going up. Now when such moves happens, it cripples the newbies. Okay, when such moves happens, it cripples the newbies because they wouldn't feel comfortable buying. Okay, they will not feel comfortable buying. Why? Because the drop is too big. So in their minds, price can go down. So fear sets in. Even if they buy, they will still have this this fear within them that price is still gonna go down. So you don't want to, based on that, right? Understand the shift and then buy. Don't worry about it. Once we break this, 294 will be the upside objective. So buying opportunity is here right now. XRP, same thing. That was all a run on stop. I think I made mention that we will come into pullback, but they did run the stops. So same thing. We are going back up again. Buying opportunity today. Hype, that was the best. We actually went straight down to that target, and then again they run the low over here, rejected. So they've come back to that same fair value gap, this one. And then it's currently accumulating over there. You can see that down candle right where the gap is. So we are accumulating longs in here. I like the auto block. If you zoom in, that's a fair value gap reacting, giving on auto block. This is a pullback. So buying right now on this to go back up. AI 16, this was the craziest one. It actually dropped. I was looking at it 65% on that day, and then that same day it rejected 12%. Okay, so if you saw it again, that's huge discount. Okay, if you're able to buy here by now, because the next day it went up, which was the next day, same day 12%, next day I think was another 10%, and then yesterday was 25%. Okay, so that was a huge discount. Okay, so buying, I think this is the cheapest it can go. If it goes any lower than that, but this is the cheapest it can go. I think on the monthly time frame we have rebalanced, so that's it. No more lower prices. We've rebalanced everything now. All the move to the upside, all these big moves to the upside, all has been rebalanced. So we don't have any more downside objectives anymore. So upside is the way to go. And then Satsuki, after taking out the low, we've rejected, but I don't like the rejection. We're supposed to give big massive up candles, but it's not doing that. So patient on this. I think keep an eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has given a swing low. Okay, so we are supposed to be holding to go up, and this is when it will start giving you on the hateful down candle with a close above, and then we move up, then another down candle with a close above. So watch this down candle here. The moment we close above it, that will confirm that we are likely going up, probably for now, to rebalance all the move that happened to the downside, but ultimately it will go beyond that. So once we close above the down candle, I think hype will be the best if you like to buy for day trades, and for even short term, hype will be a good one. The next best one will be Ethereum. Ethereum will also be a good one, because on the weekly we are respecting that weekly fair value gap. Okay, all right. And then last but not least, the dollar yen. I think I spoke about it last week, that this thing is bullish seasonally, so this is a fair value gap. They can drop into it and go up. They did that, and so far we've rejected. London fair value gap, we've pulled back, reacting from it, hence buying for continuation to the upside. 154.87, that is based on the high time frame. That is where I think price is going, somewhere here. All right, so expect a continuation to the upside on the dollar yen. Okay, and then to come back to this, once we break this, we are free to go. All right, gold, you're buying, pound, euro pound, buying here. All right, so that is all I have for you for today. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and then I'll see you same time tomorrow for another session. Take care.